Hey you guys, so today's video is going to be all about my top best primers that I would definitely recommend for anybody that has combo skin or oily skin. Now, a lot of these primers that I have used are primers that I swear by. I recommend to anybody that has the same sort of skin type as I do. But before we get jumping into this video, make sure to subscribe down below. That way you guys can be a part of my family, be a part of my channel. And if you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm at StepsBeauty05. You guys know the drill. So let's get into this. Primers, in my opinion, are very, very important, especially if you're oily skin or combo skin. If you are any of those two skin types, I feel like primers are going to be your best friend. And for those of you guys who use primers, I'm sure you guys are on the same boat as me. When you don't wear a primer, you can definitely see a difference in your longevity of your makeup. You can see your pores much larger. You can see just everything doesn't look flawless. So let's start with the Dermalogica HydraBlur primer. I will say that I like this one mostly to blur out sort of any sort of skin texture. I like to use it to blur out any larger pores. I have a lot of large pores right in this general region, and I feel like it does a really good job at blurring it out. It does have a very nice soft finish to it. It doesn't have that silicone feeling to it like some of these other primers do, and I feel like it sinks really well into the skin, so it doesn't feel like you have an extra layer on your face. When I use this, I really mainly focus it right on this area. Ah, crap. This stuff's expensive. I don't want to be wasting it. So the next one we have is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. This is their Pore Refiner Primer. This one is going to instantly make those pores look a lot smaller. Trust me when I say this, they look almost completely gone. It's also going to mattify, so I feel like it kind of does a 2-in-1 for you, where especially if you are oily in the T-zone and you put it right in this area, it's going to close up those pores as well as mattify the skin. It doesn't break me out, which I love also, and it almost gives that nice matte finish so you don't look really oily when you put it on. The other thing with this, which I have not tried, if you guys have, let me know in the comments. It says that you can use this over makeup or throughout the day. I wouldn't recommend putting it over your makeup. I like to only use it underneath my makeup, but I don't know, like I said, if you guys have used it over makeup, let me know your guys' thoughts. I do want to mention a drugstore primer because I have been using this for quite some time, but also I feel like you guys are going to be like, Steph, give me a drugstore option, because I feel like this actually does work, and it's so hard to find a primer out there from the drugstore that actually works or can compare to a lot of other primers that are out there. Anywho, we are going to be talking about the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This actually will keep my face mattified throughout the day. This I do not like to apply alone. I would say that if you're looking for something to do an all-in-one, this is not going to be it. But if you are looking simply to mattify and you have perfect skin otherwise, I'm so jealous, then I think this is definitely going to work for you. It almost feels like you're applying moisturizer to the skin, and it doesn't have a white finish to it. It does have a white consistency, but once you blend it out, you can't even tell it's on there. It smells like you're wearing moisturizer, which is kind of like, oh, well, how's it going to help me? And it doesn't necessarily feel like it's super mattifying like another one I'm going to show you, but it does work. Try this out. It is very inexpensive. I want to say it's between like $4 and $6, and Rimmel always throws out a coupon in the newspaper, so if I got some couponers in there, get them, snag one of them coupons and pick this up. I think you guys will like it. They do have a couple other ones. They have one that looks like this with a red bottle, with a red packaging label, and then there's one more, but I don't necessarily care for all those. I only really like the purple bottle. This is about my 4th or 5th tube. I've used this for years, and I still really, really like it. So this next brand actually has 2 primers in their line that I absolutely love. I'm actually just going to be honest and say their entire line of primers is really good, and these are by Makeup Forever. This very first one, the lighter gray one, these are the skin equalizers, but this one is for smoothing. And again, if you suffer from skin texture or you suffer from any sort of texture anywhere on your face, you need to try this one first. I feel like this is my favorite thing in the entire world. Even if you're dry skin, I would recommend maybe putting like a like something hydrating on your skin to make sure you are hydrated, and then if you want to go in and kind of use it as a smoothing primer, you definitely can. I've seen that done before. This stuff, this is like my 3rd or 4th bottle. If I have to recommend any primer to anybody, I always recommend this one. It's just one of my favorites, and it's definitely something that needs to be a staple in your collection if you are somebody that really likes primers. The next one is this one, and this is definitely something for oily, super oily people or combo people. This is their base mattifying primer. Now let me tell you, this stuff, you only need a little bit because once it mattifies, it mattifies. And you have to also be really careful with this primer. I feel like if this primer, when you blend it out, you have to blend it out really well, because if you don't, and this has happened to me before, you will get almost a line of demarcation from where the primer was at. So just be really careful. My recommendation with this is if you do use another primer, to mix them together and kind of just put it around the areas that you need to. But I don't think it helps with the pores. So I recommend going in with this one first and then some sort of pore minimizer if you also suffer from large pores around the nose area. But you gotta give it to this. For any of you super oily people, you guys will really, really like this. So the last one I wanted to mention, which in my opinion is very comparable to another brand, and if you can't get your hands on this one, get your hands on the other one. I actually currently don't own the other one right now because I'm trying out this one and I feel like they're very similar. And this here is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this one is specifically to pore minimize. If your biggest concern is bigger pores, this here is going to help you. The other one that I feel like it's very comparable to is the Benefit Professional, which is why I don't have the other one, because I already have this one. And this was actually recommended to me from a lot of you guys who had said, if you like the Benefit Professional, you need to try this out. And this, again, is another newer purchase of mine. I've only had this for 6 months or so, and it's definitely a staple in my collection. I use it every single day. Whether or not I wear makeup, I wear it. I put it on my skin, especially for the days that I don't want to wear makeup, but you can see that my pores are very enlarged. I'll put it right on my T-zone area and just go throughout my day with it on. Never broken out from this stuff. I never feel like it makes my oils even worse. It just does an amazing job at being flawless. And to be honest with you guys, I actually will use this all over my face. And you guys know, again, I have skin texture, and I feel like it also does a really good job at smoothing everything out. So if you struggle from anything pore related, I definitely would pick up this one. I think this is definitely a holy grail for anybody who has a larger pores. So those there are my favorite primers for oily and combo skin. I want to know your guys' thoughts down below on any primers that I didn't mention that you guys think are amazing. I know there are a lot of brands out there that have a lot of different primers, and I think that there are a lot of really good primers out there. These here are just some of my favorites that I tried and true have tried over and over and over, and I've purchased multiple times. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe before you guys head out, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.